EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the home of the PGA Tour, we're at TPC Sawgrass for live second-round coverage of the Sawgrass Invitational. Well, if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. Our leader on this Friday is our featured golfer. He's got a two-shot advantage here to begin play. That one looking good. It's in the fairway here to start round two. Breeze at his back shoulder as he lines up his second from the fairway.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
And it's so important to get this one rolling up the slope with just the slightest movement from left to right.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And he's going to remain at 10 under. We move now to the 532-yard par 5 second here at TPC Sawgrass. Reachable into if you can drive the ball accurately. Dense trees flanking both sides of the fairway. And beware of that lateral water hazard on the right. Another good tee shot for him to start the round as he gets another fairway here at the second.
The beauty of this par 5, so many different ways to play it. You can be a little wayward, even with the tee shot or the second shot. But really, it's going to be about the third shot today. How close can you hit it?
Okay, no problems there, finishing off a birdie at number 2. And after the 62 yesterday, he'll move to 1 under for his round.
Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
The big ridge in the middle of this green, really you have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play. But there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. Now, from the apron, a second to the par 3.
Good chance to save par after that beautiful flop shot. Looked in trouble there at one stage.
Okay, that's good putt. It is in to save par. And he's going to stay 2 clear of the field. This is really a fun hole here at TPC Sawgrass. A lot of excitement, a lot of action. A short par 4. The 4th is only 384 yards. The trouble here on that second shot, you can see the water in front. If you're not accurate, you misjudge the distance, you can pay a stiff price.
It's been good driving so far. That ball bounces into the rough, so just the first fairway miss to date.
Now his second at the par 4 fourth. And this is looking really good.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good and even money, really, to make birdie.
Right, just didn't have the right line. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and he'll stay at 11 under par.
fifth hole, good par 4, isn't it, Frank?
If ever a hole was built for Lee Trevino, who used to love to cut it, this would be the hole. It just looks and screams for a shot that's hit left to right. And that's the only way really to avoid bunkers left and long, and that one that's all the way down the right side.
We've already seen some narrow landing areas on these first few holes. Number 5, no different, and that is really a good tee shot there. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Looking at 148 to the hole, pin is in the left back portion of the green.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. From about 8 feet. Yeah, that's good putt. It is a par here at the 5th, and he'll remain right where he is. Well, this hole has it all. 393-yard par 4 6th, and in fact, it was Pete Dye's favorite. He designed this golf course, and I think the reason he loved it so much was it incorporated all of the elements that he used in his design. It was visually intimidating, water trouble, and the premium on accuracy and strategic thinking. That's going to be up the left-hand side. That is into the rough, and there could be some definite palm tree danger over there between where that ball stopped and the green. Ball sitting okay here for his second here at the 6th.
And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss hit the middle of the club by a quarter of an inch, you lose 10%. That's right, 10%.
Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and he'll stay right where he is. We now arrive at the 451-yard par 4 7th, slight dogleg right with a seemingly endless fairway bunker and lateral water hazard running almost the entire length of the left side of the hole. Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. He needs to be mindful of the breeze here as he sets for his second.
And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still, inside 40 feet, just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Not quite enough pace on that putt. This is a 9-footer. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll remain right where he is. Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of shoot that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface.
Okay, that's going to end up right in the middle of the green. This one is all about touch and feel and creativity. Coming down that huge slope, though it is a birdie putt. Nope, that needed a little more pace to really let the slope do its thing, and that one comes up short. Nicely done as he rolls that in for his par, and he'll stay right where he is.
Frank, the ninth is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. Not much more than a tap in there. It is a birdie at the 9th, and he'll go out in 34, 2 under par for this front side.
Frank, now on to the 10th at Sawgrass.
A fairly straight par 4, but that's not the way to play it. You really want to go to the right, well away from the fairway bunker that runs all the way down the left side. That turns it into a little bit of a dogleg left. Then you're going to come across that front bunker into a green that, well, is anything other than flat. It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
So a poor tee shot at 10, now his second.
No, it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
This is a 13-footer. Okay, well done. A couple of birdies here sandwiched around the turn at 9 and 10. And he's opened up a 2-shot lead here in round 2. Par 5 11th is 558 yards. Again, this is an opportunity if you want to take on the risk, and it is considerable. This is a chance to jumpstart the round, make an eagle, get a little momentum. But you have to be willing to potentially pay a price if it doesn't work out. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
How about the run here? That a third consecutive birdie. And he draws 3 shots clear on this Friday. On now to the 12th. It's a par 4 at a mere 369 yards. And with a number like that, it means for many players, this is drivable. But before taking the head cover off the driver, consider there's water left, hot bunkers right, and a gentle slope both in front of the green and to the left that can guide any mishit over the guardrails and into the pond. Everything flowing really well right now. Coming off 3 birdies in a row. Here's another solid tee shot as well. The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second. Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine. Not a long putt, but a side hiller for birdie. Nah, missed it left. That's a letdown. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll remain at 14 under. Well, on this back nine here at TPC Sawgrass, you know that the 17th as a par 3 gets all the attention. But don't forget about this 181-yard 13th. Really a beautiful little hole and plenty of trouble as well. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Clean lie here for his second to the par 3. Yeah, well done. That's in for par. And he'll remain right where he is. All right, Frank, this one gets everybody's attention. The 14th, 481 yards, par 4.
It's not just the length of this hole. Water down the left, mounds to the right. This is it. You've got to buckle up here. Tee it up. This has to be your best swing.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here.
Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
That one was running so hot. Yeah, that's well done. He's able to save his par. And he'll stay right where he is.
Now to the 15th, and Frank, I know this is a hole that you really like.
Yeah, it gets no respect in my book, which I think is a shame. Just a nice dogleg to the right. And really 2 good shots and a 3 here, which is actually a rarity. It sets you up for those closing 3 holes. Too often people just take 15 lightly. And 15 has just a gentle nibble that turns into a bite.
And that ball absolutely walloped. That is a big drive there.
Now note his second from the fairway.
It's about 137 yards to the front, 149 to the hole. Would not surprise me a bit if he were to stick this one close.
Okay, that's good putt. It is in to save par. And he'll remain right where he is. Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17, and 18T. You feel where you are in the tournament too. A movement that starts at 16 can be carried all the way to the clubhouse.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Well done. That one rolled in for a birdie. He moves to 15 under. Well, now to the 17th, and it is always a fascinating struggle here between trust and fear, commitment and collapse. At the 17th, you're never really safe. 6-shot lead, you'd still watch the leader play the 17th. Yep, you got to consider any shot on the green to be a good one here at 17, right? Now this for another birdie. Good playing here toward the end of the round. Birdies at 16 and 17, and he's now the leader by 4 here on this Friday. People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water and the wooden bulkheads, you see all the rough and the trees on the right. And of course, then you start bringing 5, 6, 7, even 8 into play. That's what makes this tee shot so hard.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Second shot coming now from just over 170 yards. And that ball trying to crawl onto the green, but it's going to wind up on the fringe. Okay, a good putt, able to save par here at 18. And this is a second straight super round. This one, a 66. So another look at the leaderboard, and you'll almost do a double take, Frank. Our featured golfer with a commanding lead through 36 holes.
So far, it's just been just a clinic again. I know I use that word a lot, Rich, but it looks like two different players. One at the top and, well, the chasers. Different league.
Till next time, for our entire cast and crew, I'm Rich Lerner. This has been a presentation of EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. So long, everybody.